Hello, this is the English video. I'm so sorry that I don't do anything in English because, of course, most of the people that follows me is in Spanish. So sometimes I feel like crazy trying to explain a lot of things in English for 2 or 3 people. But I guess that, of course, many people from that is watching me in Gaia may want to know about everything that I'm trying to explain. So I will try to do my best in English. And if I have no words to explain, so I will ask to you or my friend Tina. She's here doing translations. So, well, good day, everyone. And this video, I'm sorry I didn't explain many other things in English before, but if you watch the Gaia series, for sure you will have a lot of information to understand what I'm going to say. But I would like to make a resume of everything so you could understand what I'm going to explain about ORION'S portal. This video is precisely for ORION'S portal. So, so this is all what I'm going to explain. I will try to do it. First of all, what I am doing right now and this year, besides the videos that that are being now in Gaia in English, is a project called I Am, which is in Spanish Yo Soy. So this project is to go around the planet, to go around the world in 32 spots that represents the joints of the icosahedron and dodecahedron structure, and this geometrical structure is the one that holds the sphere, which is the Earth, and every structure in the universe, every sphere, every galaxy, everything is built by these 5 structures of geometry, which is tetrahedron, cube, octahedron, icosahedron, and dodecahedron. These 5 will create what we call the consciousness network, the network of consciousness. This network of consciousness is the one that ancient cultures used to use to find the place, the spots of the planet through where the planet was thinking. So we in history realized that we humans, we are not living above the planet. We are the planet in evolution. So because we are evolution, we are the neurons of the thinking of this planet. What we have to realize is that there is a network of thinking in the planet, and we can download that information. So what they discovered was that if you follow these patterns of geometry in the planet, you can find the places where you can download all that information. So these servers of information around the planet would be special spots from where they can bring the information through lines, through energetical lines, and download it into pyramids and temples. So all this information that was downloaded from other levels of consciousness, from other dimensions around the universe, where the networks where all the information that God's mind has been storing and keeping along the whole history of creation. So that's why when a civilization accomplished to get to those dimensions and to the 9 levels of consciousness, they can download all the information. And one of the ways they realized they could do it, it was through the construction of pyramids. The pyramids are not tombs; they are not just structures to reach God in the skies, is to reach God within. So what they realize with these structures is that the mathematics and the geometrical shapes of these pyramids can hold the patterns of the planet, and every geometry and every vibration and frequency that was that was treated there within the chambers of the pyramids were being able to be seen and to communicate through other dimensions. So that's why they use the pyramids to talk with beings in other times, in other spaces, in other planets, in other dimensions. So what I remember from that moment is that all the pyramids of the planet were aligned with all the stars from where we needed to download all that information. So the most important structure in the sky to download that information is Orion. The constellation of Orion is the most important constellation for ancient civilizations because it meant the big portal that everyone could see around the world. And this is because the main core of the stars of this constellation, which are the 3 stars that you can see everywhere, means the equator of the sky. So the biggest star of the 3, which its name is Mintaka, in Arabic means the belt. So this star is the place where the northern sky and the southern sky is divided, and also that star is the first star coming up in east and setting down on the west. So that means that this star crosses every time and every space. Yeah. So this means also that for ancient cultures, that star is the one that helps us to go through every time and every space. So north, south, east, west, and of course equinox and solstice. This structure of time and space would be the spot through where every ancient culture could connect with information of every dimension. So this information would be the one that explains why the biggest pyramids are aligned with that star, with Mintaka. The Great Pyramid of Giza and also the Pyramid of the Moon in Mexico and other pyramids around the world are aligned specifically with Mintaka because it means the connection through every time and space, and that's why the priestesses and priests in that time used that pyramid to contact with the past, with the future, with the present, and with all information around the planet. So it's the place where all the data from the universe is being downloaded. So the pyramids hold this information from the 5 structures of geometry that creates the sphere, and every one of its joints creates 32 spots. These 32 spots are the nodes, the 12 nodes that creates the icosahedron, and the 20 nodes that creates the dodecahedron. So 20 plus 12 is the 32. And there's one more aligned in the core of the planet through the north and the south pole that creates another one, which is the 33. 33 spots in the world that explains the connection of enlightenment. So that is why in the next 3 years, 2020, 2021, and 2022, we will be doing this trip around the world named Yo Soy, to align all these spots in the same vibration, in the same frequency. So it is like going to different radios to synchronize every radio in the same song. And why is that? Because today we are a lot of different beings around thinking in different ways, and what we need is to balance the way of thinking of the planet. If every human is a neuron, we need to think properly. And now we have a chaos in our head. The planet is a chaos. So what we need to do is to balance the places through where all this information comes down and goes up, and to balance it in the same vibration, the same song. So what will happen is to allow us to receive the proper information. So what I was explaining is that if this star means the cross of every time and every space, what it means is that Orion is the biggest portal in the sky, is the portal of time and space. And every other being in the galaxy, the Galactic Confederation, and other beings in other planets, they were using the information of Orion to get the light from other dimensions, to download the information from other levels of consciousness through this portal. The portal is really far away, but for us is we can see it like a perfect door to the skies, but the stars are really far from each other. So we are from each one of the stars. Earth is like 600 to 1500 light years away from the constellation. So this information that of everything that happens in that portal arrives us with a big delay of 600 years mostly, or 1,000 years. So that's why whatever is happening there right now, we could see it in 600 years. But what we are seeing right now from the portal happened 600 years ago. So the importance of this portal for every civilization is that everything that happened in this portal changes the evolution of our beings, of everything we are. And for human history, this constellation meant the spot through where every human could find itself being God. If you see the structure of the constellation that I drew here, the structure of the constellation is like having the elbows, knees, and the belt. Shoulders, elbows, shoulders and knees, and the belt. So it's the biggest person in the sky. In mythology, they say it was a giant, the hunter. But for other cultures, it meant the big brother. They call it the ones that were giving us all this information like teachers. So what all these people from Orion, from different dimensions, were doing was to give information from one dimension to other. And this information for us in the past was used to follow the stars, to follow our evolution, to understand that we are not in a line of time that we are not in a line of time. We are not past, present, and future in this line, that we are all connected through different times and spaces in just one spot. So that means that whatever had happened in or will happen in Orion's is affecting us anyway in our present. So time is not a line, it's a sphere, and everything that happens in the sphere affects the core, the center. So if we take us as the core, the center of our sky, everything that happens there affects us inevitably. So so what happened? According to my memories and memories of a lot of people around the world, what we remember is that Orion's was used for by many beings to harvest energy of time. So they were harvesting this energy from different stars, from the clusters of stars, and using the portal to receive the information to create new realities. So in order to create these new realities for them, they had to take the energy from some stars and to open the portals in some stars. And this created like a chaos in the constellation, in Orion's constellation, because the people living in the constellation were meant to protect the information of this portal, of the biggest portal in our galaxy. So a lot of people in different systems were trying to use that energy in a bad way. Bad and good is really relative for us, but for them was, how can we use the energy of the universe to improve our evolution? So many beings in other systems, in other dimensions that we call reptilians, draconians, many beings, the gray ones, they were trying to use this information to improve their own evolution. But the other beings like Pleiadian, Orion people, Sirius people, Arcturian people, they were trying to help a proper evolution and not a forced evolution. So they were like trying to make a balance in the evolution. But so what we understood from the portal was that you have 3 stars in the middle, and these 3 stars are the core of these time and space lines. This core is built by 3 stars or conjunction of stars that are called Mintaka, which is the biggest one that you can see. Then the middle one, Al-Nilam, and then the small one, which is Al-Nitak. These 3 stars represents the Orion's belt and are the portals through the 3 times and the 3 spaces. This portal, this information is in the core of the portal. The portal are 4 stars around, 2 up, 2 below, that are the ones that you can see here. So in the northern part of the constellation, we have Betelgeuse and Bellatrix, and in the southern part, we have Saiph and Rigel. This 4 represents the pillars of this portal. You have to imagine like a temple. If you have a temple, you have 4 pillars. These 4 pillars has 3 stones in the core that are like a gift of gods. Like they are like the seeds of the realities, the main information of the universe. And these 4 pillars are protecting the information of this portal. So what happens if one of those portals are broken? If one of those pillars are broken, the whole temple can collapse. So the information within is open, so a lot of people from different dimensions can use the information from the core. So that brought us in the past and the future what we call the Orion's War. Orion's War is the concept that many people can remember, in which a lot of species in different planets were fighting to control the power of Orion, the portal of Orion. Because if you rule the portal, you can use time and space as you may please. You just can do whatever you want with that information. So what is important about keeping safe all this portal is because there are some stuff that can happen to the material realities that can affect our realities and our evolution. So what happened at that time was that people from Rigel and Sirius and other people from Arcturus too, they were like the agricultures of the galaxy, and they were trying to put all the seeds, the DNA, the seeds of different planets in a few planets that are really far away from the Orion's portal, so they could keep all the information in case of something happening to the portal. So it's like the Noah's Ark of the galaxy. One of the things that we are here in this planet Earth is like a place where, like the greenhouse, this greenhouse garden, where we can put all this information from the galaxy so it could survive. So all the things that we have done in this planet is to try to solve the problems of Orion, to try to leave all the species from within. Every information that we had from every star, we had in our blood, in our cells, in our DNA. So all the information, all the data from the stars is living within us right now, and it's not separated. We all live together, and that's one of the things that we need to improve: how to leave every species that are in war outside, how to put them all together. So we are in this tiny planet just to make a test of how to survive as one. So that's why the goal of our civilizations is to create a balance in between every one of its thoughts that we call cultures. These ideas that we have in this planet and this evolution is to try to create balance in between every one of our parts. But our planet is a chaos because we are improving, we are evolving, we are like kids playing and trying to understand who we are. So there's no problem with all the conflicts that are happening in the Earth. It will change. It will eventually get better. But we need to learn about the stuff that is happening, and we should not try to avoid this change of and evolution. I know it's hard to think or understand that sometimes the chaos is something that helps us to evolve, but actually is something true. We exist because of all the chaos that happen in evolution. So what we have to embrace is the chaos as a way of evolution, and then when we do that, we heal the chaos so we don't need it anymore. Because all the problems that we have, every war, every conflict, are just a reaction of we trying to hold the change, not changing. We want to stay like we are, like we think it's fine, but it's not. So all the chaos, illnesses, everything just happen because we are not daring to evolve. So the planet pushes towards evolution. And this is not just happening here, this is happening also in other levels of consciousness, like in Orion. So the reason why I am explaining this now is because for sure you have noticed a new some news from NASA, from ALMA, the Atacama Desert telescope, and many others from different parts of the world that are watching constantly the sky. You can tell that something is happening in Orion, and we are receiving an information from Orion that one of the main stars of the portal maybe has already exploded. And that's why, if you are used to see the sky and you know the constellation, you will notice that Betelgeuse, one of the biggest stars, the brightest star of the sky, is even every month is less and less brighter. So in just 2 months, it went from the 9th star of the sky in brightness to the 23rd. So it is happening very fast, and that means that there is a lot of dust around the star, and it means that it's going to explode. But this star is around 600 light years away. So it means that it has already happened. So eventually we will see the explosion. Of course, we are not going to be in the middle of the explosion, because it's really far, and the spectrum of explosion, the death zone, as they call it, is 50 light years around. So so it means that we are very far away. So not even the particles of the explosion will reach us. But we eventually can see the light of the explosion, not hear it, but see the light. And they say that it can happen today, or in 50,000 or 100,000. They have no idea, but it could happen eventually in our time. So it means that if that happens tomorrow, just to see this case, if that happens tomorrow, we can see during 2 or 3 months a big light, like with the size of the moon, expanding in the sky. So so we would have like 2 moons for 3 months in our sky. I don't know if we will see it in this life, maybe next one or the next one, but this means something really important. This means that while we are talking, that star is dying, or it's already dead. So that means that the structure of the portal is broken. So if it's broken, it means that all information from other dimensions is going to be spread around the universe and around our galaxy, and and it means that that we need to get ready to receive the explosion of vibration. This vibration, this information that will come to our systems, to the whole galaxy, would allow to many other beings to get inside our reality. So so what we have to do is to prepare our world to do 2 things. One thing, to protect from informations that are not good, like a lot of bacteria around the universe that is going around, and we call beings from the 4th dimension that eats energy from beings and planets. So they are like bacteria. So we need to protect every portal so nothing can get in that is not properly balanced with our planet. And the next thing we have to do, the second thing, is to balance the doors so only the new information that is going to come down can be received. So it's like balance every radio station to receive the perfect song, and all the other statics just to to give it away. So that's the goal of the IAM project, the JOSOI project, is to go to these 32 spots in the world, plus North Pole and South Pole, to connect all these spots so we could balance the main spots of thinking of the planet and to protect the portals from all these other vibrations coming from outside. So, so there is a bad thing about this happening. The bad thing is that it means that the Orion's war is still active, and it will be in centuries and probably thousands of years, because for us it's relative. Time is relative. So so the war is on, but it's not something bad for us. Indeed, is something good, because it means that we need to start to begin with the activation of who we really are. So it means that we that the potential that we have within is like is our time, the time to activate what the purpose why we were created. So this means that in the next centuries and the next thousands of years, we are going to be prepared from within through all these changes around the system. And I explained this today because I don't know if people celebrate this in Anglo-Saxon countries. But today is the Three Kings Day for Christians, and this story is about the three kings that came to see the God being born in Bethlehem in Cisjordania, in the West Bank, in close by Israel, and this story tells about these three astronomers that saw something and were following the mother star. And this was a story that other people in the past, before Christians, used to explain about the three stars following the mother, which is Sirius. Sirius was the Isis, the star of the mother, and the three kings were following it. So it means that there were not three kings going to see Jesus Christ. They were talking about the story of these three portals, portals of the sky that were following the birth of the God on earth. And so so today is the day that people celebrates these three kings, and that is why it's a day aligned with these three stars, with the story of these three stars. So the main idea of share this information is to understand that all the project that we are going to do around the planet with the IAM project in 2020, 2021, and 2022 will be a trip to balance and open the doors in a proper way to receive the information from this explosion and from this constellation. So it doesn't matter if it happens in 1,000 years, but we need to prepare the planet for that. and because we are now in a critical time, that we are close by big wars again, close by big conflicts that are happening in our planet, all these changes needs to be balanced, so when the chaos comes, we can use the chaos to improve, to evolve, and not to go backwards. That's a way to understand why we are going to do this. We are not going to do this to prevent of anything. We are going to do this to balance the process, so whatever is going to happen will help to evolution, and in a harmonic way according to the galaxy and the planet. So this information that we have received in this past month from science, saying that we can now tell that someday close by us or far, the star will disappear. It means that the moment of transformation has begun. That if the star is dying, means that we need to be prepared, to be ready for everything that is coming from the skies, and we need a lot of preparation for that. We need to understand how the planet works. We need to prepare ourselves to be balanced with the planet. We need to understand our purpose as a society. We need to take care of the portals. So in these 3 years of my trip around the world, I will invite everyone to go to the closest pyramids you have, closest temples, stone circles that you can find around the planet, and to align in 4 specific times, which is solstice and equinox. Those days, those 4 days every year, we need to balance ourselves and the whole network through meditations, through vibrations, so we can all be aligned with this symphony in which the planet is going to be after the disappearance of Betelgeuse. So this is terrible and also fantastic news, because everything that is going to happen because of Betelgeuse disappearance in different dimensions will push us to evolution, and maybe a lot of us are scared of change, but on the other hand, evolution and changing is something that will help us to improve our planet. So you don't have to see this as something critical, as something bad. We have to see this as something that will improve our evolution, will improve our way of living in this world, will improve our civilization, our beings. So it means that the war is still going, and if that war is still going, it's a calling for our seeds to rise. So that's what we need to work with, to make our own star seeds from within, to be enlightened, to seek for the light, and to be coherent, and to grow, and to create the trees of life in this planet, to receive all this information from the other levels after Betelgeuse disappears. So I invite you to see the sky tonight and to recognize how tiny it is compared to other times. If you were used to see this constellation, you will notice it really fast. In next videos, next episodes, in next videos in YouTube, in the website, we will explain about how to connect in every one of those portals, which are those portals, which are the closest spots to every country to go and to connect, and and everything that we are going to do in these 3 years to prepare the frequency of the planet according to these changes in our sky. So that's the thing, that's the information that I wanted to share with you, because is very this information that we knew these times about the Betelgeuse disappearance and explosion in the sky is something that I was talking about, not precisely of that, but yes, the war and the took of a star. If they took the power of a star, the war would start again, and this is something really aligned with our project and the reason why we are here. So that's why I wanted to share it, so everyone can understand that everything that is happening in the skies is happening here on Earth, and every changes that we are going through in this time are just callings to align ourselves into other levels of consciousness. So I think that's it. I don't think I'm missing anything. I think I said it. So, well, what I want to invite you to do is harmonization, a balance, so we could transform ourselves into the portal of Orion, because we need to understand that in history, the past civilizations, like Atlantic civilizations, used to see Orion's portal like a man, like a person stood up. So you yourself, your own body is built in that structure. You are your own universe. So that's why to hold the information of Orion and to realize that we are the portal itself, we can do a balancing to keep that information within and to have it activated along every day. So just by thinking it. So I will invite a friend to play the piano, and to Guille, who will help me with the balance, and I will guide you a little bit in this harmonization. So if you want to follow, you just sit properly with your spine aligned. That's amazing. Spine aligned. Just sit comfortable as you feel, and just close your eyes whenever you feel it. Take a big breath. Breathe just with your nose, deep within. Hold the air as much as you can, and then let it go softly through the nose. Once and again, constantly. Recognize your body. Feel your body. Put your consciousness, your mind, in every part of your body. Think about your feet and breathe. Put your feet comfortable. Take your mind, your consciousness, into your legs, your wrist, the spine, every organ within you. Liver, kidneys, intestine, stomach, lungs, heart, your chest, shoulders, arms, your hands. Bring your consciousness, your mind, to your throat. Your neck, and all your head. Breathe deeply and bring all the consciousness to your skin and all the magnetical field around you. The energy coming to you and coming from you. Breathe that energy and recognize that your whole body is built by the energy of your chakras. Root chakra with the red color. Send your mind and enlight the color of your chakra. Breathe and enlight the orange energy of the sacral chakra. Breathe and enlight the yellow light of the plexus. Breathe deep and enlight the green chakra of the heart. Breathe and enlight the blue chakra of your throat. From your throat, breathe and enlight the indigo chakra of your third eye. Breathe deeply and enlight the violet chakra of your crown. Look into your plexus, the yellow light shining in the middle of your body, and recognize that this is your sun, the great sun of your solar system, and every chakra around you are the planets. Your red planet, blue planet, green planet. These planets are surrounded by the constellations that you call organs. And these organs are made of stars that you call cells. And behind the cells, behind the constellations, far away in the universe, you can see the space, the vacuum, and the distant stars, the smallest one, far away, that you call molecules. atoms, protons, neutrons, and electrons. All the void in between every star. All the void. Holds your body, your universe, your galaxy, your solar system. You are your own universe. You are your own solar system. And you are the portal through every dimension in every constellation. Because your own body is Orion, Uru Anna, the light of the sky. Recognize that every joint of your body is a big star of the portal. Your knees are two big stars. Your shoulders are two big stars. In your chest, another one. In your neck, another one. And then in your wrist, a belt with the 3 stars. Intaka, Al-Nidam, Al-Nidak. In your knees, Rigali, Scythe. In your shoulders, Bellatrix and Betelgeuse. You are Orion's portal. Every one of us is a portal of the galaxy. We all are aligned with every dimension through our own planets, constellations, space. And Orion's portal lives in us, opening every door to the divine within. Recognize that you are the portal of the universe. Take a deep breath. Hold the air and softly let it go through your nose. Now you are aligned with the skies on earth. You are heaven on earth. You can start moving your hands, your feet, your body. Open your eyes and start to move. That's the train station. We just arrived. So now just try to think about this idea that you are the portal of Orion in your own body, and and you will be aligned with all the stars and the process of the stars. So just I hope you can see it again to take the information that you couldn't get. And I will try to do more videos in English to explain everything from this year. So we are going to try to do everything in English and Spanish, and so you can have all the information and you can have all the data about everything that is going to be done in these next 2 years to evolve all together. So thank you for being there, and sorry for not doing many things in English. And I hope you could understand and take all the information you can from what I'm doing, and I will try to do more so you can keep every step of the trip and information. So thank you very much for following. Thank you very much for being there and to be part of this process of bringing heaven to earth. Thank you very much for being there, and see you soon, hopefully, in other videos. I guess it will be in YouTube too, and Facebook, everything will be here. So don't worry. Thank you, DJ.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And well, see you later, see you in another moment. Y para todos los que ponían, por favor háganlo en español, lo hice una hora antes, así que está ahí, lo pueden ver, está grabado, ¿sí? Bye.